Who are you, and what do you do?
Well, my name is Al Bostick. My students call me Mr. B. I am what is known as a Renaissance artist, so that means that I do all of the art forms. However, storytelling is big on my list. I'm a griot and a storyteller.
What's your background?
Well, my background is I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. I have a theatrical degree in acting and directing. I came from New Orleans to Oklahoma in 1973 and have been here ever since.
What brought you to Oklahoma?
Actually, I came to go to the University of Oklahoma to go to school,
Okay.
Which was quite interesting. Let's just leave it at that.
Well, you liked it so much you stayed, right?
Well, actually, I liked the job that I got after I left.
Hey, that works too. What role does the artist have in society?
Well, I think we are the keepers of beauty. That's one of the first things that I think we do. We also are the keepers of history from the point of view of all the people involved. We comment on issues using our art, but we make it palatable to the general society.
How has your practice changed over time?
Well, I'm constantly reinventing myself. And that's, I think, how it changes. Some days I am more storyteller. Some days I'm a visual artist. Some days I am acting and directing. So it changes from job to job, from month to month, from week to week, sometimes day to day. Because when if I'm not in the mood to tell a story, then maybe I'm in the mood to paint. And so I paint. But I do something in my art every day.
What art do you most identify with?
Oh, gee. If I had to identify with one, it's the acting, directing. But my philosophy is that all of the other arts feed that art. So I'm always involving them in everything. But I do have my degree in the acting and directing. And so I guess that would be the strong suit.
Yeah. What's your strongest memory of your childhood when it related to art?
When I decided to go into the arts, when I decided to become an actor, it was in 4th grade. I saw a production. Yeah, I did. I saw a production of The Frog Prince and was absolutely mesmerized with the sets, the lighting, and the magic of actors. So 4th grade was my earliest memory of deciding to become an artist.
Describe a real-life situation that has inspired you.
Oh, my. Probably a real-life situation that has inspired me. I get inspired every day, so it's real hard to pick any one situation. I suppose, though, if I could go back in my head and describe a real-life situation, it was probably recently seeing a Native American production of a play called Mannahatta. I was absolutely fascinated because it gave me the history of how Manhattan was sold by the Indians, and they were cheated out of all of that land. And so it really left an indelible impression on me, and it inspired me to want to take part in this Native American festival. And so next year I'll be directing a show for them.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's your most embarrassing moment related to art?
God, my most embarrassing moment related to art. Probably having a line escape me.
Oh.
And there is nobody out there to help you. And although it was only a few seconds that I lost the line, it seemed like an indeterminable amount of time before I got that, there's the line.
What job have you done other than being an artist?
Oh, gee. What job haven't I done other than being an artist? Well, I have cleaned houses. I have sold clothing. I I actually worked in a restaurant. That ended very quickly because I dumped a plate of spaghetti in a lady's lap.
Oh.
But yeah, that's about it.
She probably deserved it.
Oh, I've also taught square dancing.
Hey, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
What do you dislike about the art world?
I don't know that I dislike anything about the art world except selfish artists. And those are the artists, particularly in the acting world, I call them me, myself, and I actors. No matter what role they get, it's my play, I'm the lead, that drives me absolutely up a wall because I believe that, you have to show respect to all of the elements and all the people who are working, the tech crew, lighting crew, so forth. I hate an ungiving actor, an actor who refuses to give when they're on stage and are constantly trying to take a spotlight.
What kind of research have you done to prep for teaching classes?
Oh my goodness. Again, what have I not done? I read profusely. I also listen to elders profusely because elders are great storytellers.
What's your favorite book right now?
My favorite book right now is, if you ask me a children's book, it would be The People Could Fly. And my second favorite would be The Old African.
Have you ever written a book yourself?
I haven't written one, but I have illustrated two.
Okay. If you could have a superpower, what superpower would it be?
Ooh, it would be dangerous to give me a superpower. But if I had a superpower, I guess I would like to be able to see into the future and read minds.
Name something you love and why.
Something I love and why. I love African art and storytelling and history. And I love that because in order to be myself, I have to see myself. And that is my heritage and my background. And I believe that there's not enough of that being exposed to the public.
What would be your dream project?
My dream project would actually be able to have a conservatory where people could come and study the craft of acting, directing, visual art, music, all of the art forms, and be able to come and stay as long as they'd like or as short as they'd like, but to always be teaching.
That'd be great. Name 3 artists you'd like to compare yourself to, or actors, whichever.
Okay, well, actors or artists. So, I am enamored of Paul Robeson, who was an absolutely amazing actor for his time. I like the visual artist Romare Bearden. And I also am enamored of, what's the ballet dancer's name? Michaela de Prince. She actually is a ballerina who came from Senegal as an orphan and was adopted and had to overcome the fact that she was African because people don't believe that African Americans can do ballet. And she proved them all wrong. She won what they call the Grand Prix.
Wow. Professionally, what would your goal be?
Again, professionally, my goal would be to have that conservatory. I'm always working on that. I'm always dreaming about that. And so I am always putting that seed out wherever I can to try and get artists to join into that. It's really hard in Oklahoma because people believe that art is something we do for fun. It's not a job. That it doesn't require discipline, doesn't require a technique. And so as a result, they will honor anybody and everybody outside of the state, but they refuse almost, unless you've gone outside the state and come back, to give credence to all the artists who are down here on the, what I call the ground level, trying to create and trying to make sure that we get get art in the schools and so forth. I mean, I've been doing this over 30 years, and it's almost a thankless job.
I want to thank you. We have 2 more.
Okay.
Okay. What wouldn't you do without?
What would I do without my cell phone?
Your cell phone? Too much technology there.
I'm not a technology person. I am a old school individual. In fact, I have a story as a storyteller, which is called, do you remember when men and women walked upright and your business was your business?
If you could, how would you change the world?
If I could, how would I change the world? I would make sure that there would be enough respect for every culture that helped build this nation. I would make sure that every institution that is supposed to be an institution of higher learning not be slanted toward one culture or the other, but make sure that every teacher would be available to be able to talk about, respect, show, define all of the cultures that they have sitting in their classrooms looking for that knowledge. And we just don't have enough of that happening.
Well, I want to say thank you very much for being here for us.
You're welcome. Thank you for